Hey, I'm Alice. Welcome to Facts That Surprise Even the Smartest Among Us. Today's episode is a treat for food lovers and curious minds alike. We're diving into something that chefs know but many home cooks wonder about. Why do people add a carrot when sautéing onions, garlic, or other ingredients? Is it for flavor? Color? Or is something deeper going on? To help me crunch into the science, I've brought in our culinary logic expert, Smarty.
I am Smarty. And Alice, this is a perfect question for mixing science, tradition, and a bit of flavor chemistry. At first glance, adding a carrot to a frying pan seems like just another kitchen trick. But actually, it plays multiple roles that go way beyond taste. It helps with sweetness balance, moisture control, oil behavior, and even enhances browning. It's like a multi-tool in vegetable form.
Okay, you got me curious already. Let's start with the obvious. Is it mostly for taste?
Taste is part of it, yes, but not in the way most people think. Carrots are naturally sweet, especially when cooked. They contain natural sugars, mainly sucrose, glucose, and fructose, that begin to caramelize at relatively low temperatures. When you add them to a hot pan, those sugars start breaking down and browning, creating a deeper flavor base known as umami enhancement.
So they're not just for sweetness, they actually help with richness?
Exactly. When you fry onions and garlic, they release their own natural sugars. Add a carrot to the mix, and the whole profile becomes rounder, deeper. The carrot acts like a mellow background singer, harmonizing all the sharp notes of garlic and the sulfur compounds in onions.
That's kind of poetic.
Cooking often is, but there's more. Carrots also have a good amount of water. When you sauté them, that water releases slowly, helping to regulate the pan temperature. It prevents ingredients from burning too quickly and creates a natural deglazing effect.
So they keep things from scorching?
Yes, it's like having a built-in buffer. Especially when frying in oil, the moisture from the carrot helps maintain even heat distribution. It's not a full steam effect, but it keeps the pan from getting too dry or too aggressive.
Wait, now that you mention oil, does the carrot affect that too?
Great catch. Carrots are lipophilic, which means they can absorb some oil-soluble flavor compounds. They soak up aromatic molecules like allicin from garlic or sulfur from onions, mellowing them and redistributing those flavors more evenly. It's like flavor mediation.
So the carrot is literally soaking in the taste and then sending it back out?
Exactly. It's like a sponge and amplifier in one. Plus, those same compounds that get absorbed can later be released into soups, sauces, or stews if you reuse the carrot. It's like a tiny flavor capsule.
Now I'm wondering, why carrot specifically? Couldn't you do the same thing with, say, celery or potatoes?
Good question. Carrots are ideal because they're sweet, firm, and rich in carotenoids, natural pigments that also participate in flavor reactions during cooking. Potatoes, while starchy, don't caramelize the same way. And celery has a more assertive taste that doesn't blend as easily. Carrots are versatile and neutral enough to support other flavors rather than dominate them.
So they're kind of the backup dancer of the kitchen?
Exactly. They never try to steal the spotlight, but still make everything look and taste better. Also, from a traditional standpoint, carrots are a key part of mirepoix, the classic French base of carrot, celery, and onion used in countless sauces and stocks.
Right! I've seen that term before. Mirepoix.
Yes, and that combination was developed specifically for the reasons we're discussing. Carrots bring sweetness, onions bring sharpness, and celery adds aroma and herbal tones. Together, they create a deep, savory base.
So when you're sautéing just onion and garlic and throw in a carrot, you're basically doing a mini mirepoix?
That's one way to look at it. Even one small carrot changes the chemical makeup of your pan. The sugars influence the Maillard reaction, which is the fancy name for browning and flavor development.
I love that name. Maillard. Sounds like a pastry.
It does, but it's all chemistry. When amino acids from vegetables meet sugars at high temperatures, they create hundreds of new flavor compounds. Carrots, with their sugar content, contribute directly to that reaction. And that's why your stir-fry smells incredible when that carrot hits the pan.
Now I'm starting to think carrots are kind of geniuses.
Underrated culinary geniuses, for sure.
So what about color? Does it actually matter?
Definitely. The orange hue comes from beta-carotene, a pigment and antioxidant. When you cook carrots, that pigment can leach slightly into the oil or surrounding ingredients, giving everything a warm, golden glow. It's not just aesthetics. It signals richness and warmth to the brain, which can psychologically affect how we perceive taste.
Whoa, so just the color can change how we think something tastes?
Absolutely. There's a whole field of neurogastronomy dedicated to how sight, smell, and expectation influence flavor. Carrots add visual warmth, which the brain often associates with comfort and roundness. Ever noticed how dishes with a hint of orange feel heartier?
You're blowing my mind right now.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, let's get practical. When I'm sautéing something, when should I add the carrot?
Start early. Ideally, right after the oil heats and before the onions. Carrots take a bit longer to soften, and adding them early lets their sugars release slowly. If you're doing a long cook like a stew, you can even cut them larger to let them hold their shape and slowly infuse.
So they're like the bass note in a song holding the whole thing together?
Beautiful metaphor. Yes. Carrots give foundation without taking over the melody.
Do professional chefs talk about this stuff? Or is it just instinct?
A bit of both. Experienced chefs know the effect intuitively. They'll toss in a carrot without a second thought. But in culinary science circles, it's definitely studied, especially in recipe development and food chemistry courses.
Have there been experiments?
Oh yes. In blind taste tests, sauces and stir-fries made with sautéed carrots are often rated as richer and more balanced than the same recipe without them. Some studies even measured the volatile compounds released during cooking and found carrots significantly altered the chemical profile of the final dish.
So it's not just in our heads. There's actual chemistry going on.
Tons of it. Cooking is one big delicious science experiment.
Okay, Smarty. Hit me with one final weird fact about carrots and frying.
Alright, this one's fun. If you fry carrots long enough, they can become almost candy-like. In fact, in some Middle Eastern and Asian cuisines, fried carrots are used in desserts. That's how much sugar they hold. So even though you might think of them as a humble veggie, they've got range.
Savory, sweet, visual, chemical. What can't carrots do?
I guess they can't peel themselves.
Ha! Fair enough. Thanks, Smarty. I think we all have a better understanding of why adding a carrot to the pan is such a simple but powerful move.
Always a pleasure, Alice. Now I'm hungry.
Me too. And to our listeners, next time you're frying up onions, toss in a carrot. It's not just extra flavor, it's food science. Thanks for listening, and stay curious. We've got plenty more delicious facts to come.